Phil Hogan, one of the commissioners the EU hoped would seem a little bit more approachable when they turned him into a GIF on Instagram. Here he is, here's Phil Hogan as a GIF. Now, this was all part of the idea of the new commission, led by Ursula von der Leyen, to seem like they're just like you and I. But the problem here is Mr. Hogan is accused of flouting rules and effectively having one rule for him as a politician and another rule for other people. What does this all have to do with? It has to do with a trip he made from Brussels to Ireland in July, and then the 14-day quarantine period he should have observed but didn't. Now, he's published a detailed breakdown of those 14 days in a memorandum sent to Ursula von der Leyen, President of the Commission, at her insistence, breaking down and defending, in his view, what he did and why it didn't break the rules. So where's the controversy here? Well, Mr. Hogan insists that after he got a negative test for COVID-19, he was free to move around. There's a lot of debate now saying actually he was reading wrong instructions. Anybody coming from Brussels, which is not a green country for Ireland, it's not on the clean list there in terms of COVID-19 cases, would have to observe 14 days regardless of a test result. So what happened in those 14 days? Well, having arrived presumably in Dublin, Mr. Hogan sort of made a number of moves around, including on day 13 going here to a golf course, as you can see, pretty much on the other side of Ireland, County Limerick here, and playing golf on the 13 days of what should have been a 14-day quarantine period. Now, after the quarantine should have ended, Mr. Hogan also attended a dinner which had more than 80 people there. We know other politicians who attended that resigned, saying that it was bad judgment. Mr. Hogan refused to resign but did apologise profusely. Why does it all matter, Tokes? Well, there are growing claims that Mr. Hogan flouted the rules, that he was effectively pleading ignorance to what the rules were from the government when he, as a politician, should have been listening more than anyone else. And there's a lot of pressure to say if the EU doesn't take this seriously, if he's allowed to keep his job, there could be some consequences for keeping social cohesion and making sure other people follow the rules. We've not yet heard what Ursula von der Leyen will say, but we know the President of the Commission had asked for this memorandum. She's now got it. Mr. Hogan is trying to defend his name. We'll see where this goes.